Hey everyone, are you ready for a thrilling adventure? Today's story is wilder than the craziest roller coaster. Based on recent events, I've come to a very clear conclusion. Quinn's tricks are basically stuck in the past. Clearly, he deems kidnapping and threats an excellent business model, so Czech checks Quinn's comms. Turns out he's been chatting up a Syrian military enthusiast named Kasim pretty frequently. Cole suspects this guy might be Quinn's secret customer, so they headed to the bar Kasim often visits. After a while, Kasim emerged with some muscle heads. 3 burly men followed at once. Czech showed his ID bluntly, but Kasim acted arrogantly. He wasn't having it at all, and his goons wanted to throw punches, but this time they met their match. Czech took down 2 of them in no time. He knew the bodyguards were temps, warned them a few hundred wasn't worth it, and they all agreed and fled. Czech easily caught Kasim, warning foreigners attacking US troops face dire consequences. He could make Kasim vanish in 2 hours, but if Kasim helps catch Quinn, he'll arrange a flight home. Subsequently, they reported their findings to their boss. As long as Kasim made the deal with Quinn, they'd gather enough evidence. The boss approved the plan for its feasibility. Everything went as planned, with Czech secretly recording Kasim and Quinn's deal. After that, Czech neatly followed Kasim to his hideout. Now that all the intel was in place, they only needed to wrap up the capture to close the case. Czech thought Cole deserved the credit for this operation, so he decided to let him take charge of the capture, adding a bit of political capital to his resume. Cole was touched and soon started the operation, but an hour went by and he still hadn't heard from Cole. Something felt off. Czech started getting word, so he quickly messaged Cole, and soon enough, he got a response. Yup, Cole was in trouble. When Czech arrived, the room was empty, except for the body of an old friend. Poor Cole had vanished without a trace. Czech guessed that Quinn wanted to know who else was involved in this affair through Cole. Czech knew Quinn's plan: eliminate everyone involved, and all his troubles would vanish into thin air. But Czech knew Cole very well. He wouldn't betray his teammates. Unfortunately, that would mean trouble for Cole. Czech authorities immediately sprang into action, swiftly searching for and successfully locating Quinn's hideout at a suburban property address. It was very secretive, and Cole might be hidden there, so Czech rushed over. Walking in, Czech was met with a gut-wrenching scene. Cole was hanging there, bleeding, lifeless. Just then, Czech heard a noise, and he followed it to see Quinn packing up and ready to bail. Czech made some noise on purpose to distract. When Quinn pushed the door open and walked out, Czech swiftly aimed his gun at Quinn's head. Quinn still had the gall to throw doubt on Cole, claiming he had kept in touch with him. And when he learned they had gathered evidence against him, he felt he had to buy off Cole to save his skin. However, Czech clearly wasn't buying that sob story and dragged Quinn to the edge of a cliff. At the crucial moment, Quinn still tried to bribe Czech for a way out, not realizing that by killing Cole, he had signed his own death warrant. Subsequently, Czech returned to the warehouse, set Cole down, and felt heartbroken seeing his lifeless body. Soon after, the police arrived to take over the scene, and Czech was shocked to realize that his shot hadn't sealed Quinn's fate. To avoid suspicion, he had used Quinn's .22 caliber pistol, but little did he know the bullet got lodged in Quinn's skull without hitting his brain. At that moment, his feud with Quinn seemed to be finally over, but Kayla had news for him. Remember that informant, Teresa? Turns out she was forced to help Kayla. It's because she was using drugs, and Kayla held that against her, threatening prison time. After sharing that, Czech turned to leave and soon returned to Zucker's estate with a late-night snack. Next morning, Czech awoke to a knock. Opening it, he saw maid Lucy with clothes. Since Czech was now Zucker's right-hand man, dressing too casually wasn't in the cards, though Lucy was clearly having a tough time focusing with his cup. Czech's physique had Lucy a bit flustered, showing slight confusion on her face. After Lucy left, Czech grabbed his favorite shirt and noticed Beck training downstairs, thinking to show him some moves. Just then, Zucker called him over, saying he had something to discuss. Czech curiously asked, "What's up?" Zucker mentioned he had just received a call from Julius, who said he had sent someone to the quirky market to retrieve the Angel doll's notebook. No one knew where the notebook had gone, so they started discussing the matter. Sokka suspected that the notebook was taken by the doll's accomplices, and Julius also sent 3 men over. Meanwhile, Kayla was indeed in the underground of the pipe factory, realizing that Teresa might be hidden there, looking for clues. But there was no cell signal in the area, and Czech was anxious as a cat on a hot tin roof. He rushed along, trying to call Kayla, but no matter how hard he tried, the call wouldn't connect. At this moment, the men sent by Julius had also arrived outside the factory, and Czech had no choice but to call Byrne for help looking for landline. He had to ensure Kayla was ready. Meanwhile, those 3 men had sneaked into the underground workshop and spotted Kayla lingering outside the office.